Uniform Civil Code. So let me give some basic notion about it, and later I expect that you people are going to coin and frame your sentences accordingly. Maybe possible that you may have some positive view or you may have some differences. Here I am not saying that opposite, because there is nothing like opposite in the country, rule of the country. So dear cadets, what I feel that the topic is very sensitive, it is a sensual topic, it is a contemporary burning issue of the country, whether Uniform Civil Code should be implemented or not. When you talk about Uniform Civil Code, we should not forget one thing, that under Article 44, the Constitution has given us the privilege that we should be equal in the eyes of the law. The law should provide equal opportunity in all respect, and we should have even entitlement that the behavior of the government should be similar for each and every citizen. But the thing is here, it comes under directive principles of the state. It means that it is not a fundamental right of the citizens. So what is the main difference between fundamental rights and directive principles? When we talk about fundamental rights, it means that the right which can be claimed. It is a kind of justiciable right. But when we talk about directive principles, the issues which are listed in directive principles, it means that it cannot be claimed. Even the Constitution has an envisaged while its formation, then state will be whatsoever the condition of the state, on that basis even the benefits of the people can be given accordingly. We should not forget one thing, that India is a kind of multi-religion, multi-culture, multi-faith, and on that basis even single rule was not possible to implement directly, because it is a kind of imposement of the rule on them. And as a democracy, even largest democracy of the country, we cannot impose the rule. Even the thing becomes so complicated when the right of religion, between Article 35, between Article 25 and 28, even the choice of own religion, even the practices of our own religion, even whatsoever the practices, even assembly of the religion, even it becomes the fundamental rights. And when we talk about these are the fundamental rights of our, and where Uniform Civil Code, so how is it possible? Even Constitution has given some more grants, extra privilege to fundamental rights than the directive principles. So in that respect, if we talk, Uniform Civil Code is to be implemented. So there, even the question comes, what would be the future of fundamental right, which is even described in the list, even articles between 25 and 28. So that in that respect, you people are assembled to have some more views, because it is very sensitive, so that we are organizing it in a kind of debate part. We must have certain parameters that while speaking, we shouldn't speak anything else which go beyond the limit of the Constitution. We shouldn't speak anything else which make you even different identity than the country. We'll have to speak according to the Constitution, because the topic is very sensitive, and so that what I expect that you are going to point the basic sentence formation in the terms of knowledge, information, contemporary issues, even the verdict of the Supreme Court of India, even high courts, the recent cases, even the recent case that happened in Rajasthan. You should take one example, that is Goa is the case. Goa is the state of the country where Uniform Civil Code is working, and even it is highly appreciable. So if it is possible in Goa, why it is not possible in other states? So these are the factors what I expect that you are going to participate in that. So let me start with the team leader first. Please come over here and give your notion, and later on I will speak one by one to you. I think that you prepared on it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Those who are going to perform will have to put your mask out, so that I can easily visualize you and the performance and how you are going to interact with the even listener. Yes, please. What is your view in this?
Sir, I am privileged to give my opinion on the very hot burning topic, that is, should implementation of Uniform Civil Code be done in India or not. So as the Constitution, as you have also mentioned, that the Constitution has given Article 25 to Article 28, that is the freedom of religion to everyone. But in the same Constitution, if we are following that Article 25 and Article 28, then we are somehow violating Article 14 and Article 15, and somehow we are also violating, because of the personal laws, we are violating Article 21, that is the freedom of integrity to the women itself. As we have seen in 2017, the triple talaq, in the matter of triple talaq, that it was stated that this is hampering the dignity of the women. So if these laws, these personal laws are implemented more, then somehow one section of the society will enjoy it, but the other section of society will definitely be hampered. Their emotions will be hampered. So implementation of uniform civil code is highly required in India. As we can also see the example of Goa. Goa is the state of India where uniform civil code has been implemented in 1867, and since then it has been working very efficiently. And Supreme Court has given in several verdicts it has mentioned the example of Goa for that. So I think that perhaps it is Article 44 is the directive principle of state policy, but if it is given in the Constitution, then it is for the implementation itself. So it is it depends on the government and when they are going to implement it. And I think that according to present scenario, the implementation of Article 44 is highly required in the country, because we are seeing so many cultural conflicts, so many religious conflicts in the country. To avoid those conflicts, everybody should come under the umbrella of the single
I
law.
really appreciate the notion of the team leader. Please take your position. Even the appreciation is for same country, same constitution, and same rule. So if you live in a single country, so it means that the country has to follow some limitations, some rules, some privileges, and it comes from the Constitution of India. If we are having one constitution for all the people, then why should we maintain different type of rules for different people? So that notion is really appreciated. So what is your view, coordinator, in the very summary of it? So please come over here. You people are expected to speak your view in very short, so that you can give time to many of the candidates.
Thanks, sir. So, according to me, that it is a pipe dream to achieve. We should not implement it right now, because what we are seeing that there are many religions that are having their sentiments attached to them, and if we are imposing, as you said, that it is mentioned in directive principle of state policy, not in the fundamental rights. If it was in the minds of forefathers to implement such rules, then it should have been in the fundamental rights rather than the DPSP. So if it is in DPSP, it must have a motive, and the motive is that it is a choice of the people. It is the choice that whether they should go for their religious affairs or they should go for the Uniform Civil Code. And imposing them is like we are violating, or we are imposing our powers, we are abridging them, we are binding them. So being a democratic country, the world largest democracy, it is not thing that supports India at a world image. So considering that, we should not go for it.
It is a very clever point that your coordinator has spoken. Please sit down, take your seat. Even he has taken the minor of the constitution. He spoke about even the different part of the constitution. One is fundamental right and one is directive principles. So if directive principles even permit you to have the choice for the rule, then why it should be compelled? Why it should be a compulsory rule for the country? So even it is a very basic even structure of the constitution. And even I appreciate the notion of the coordinator. Even in the frame of the constitution, he spoke his very furnished content. Really appreciate it. Now I would like to go with those candidates who participated well in the debate round. So who are they?
Sir, Chandrabhushan.
So please come over here and have their view of Chandrabhushan. Please come. No, please. He'll be there. I'll talk to you from there only.
Then, sir, I believe that should it be the supreme interest of the nation, then we can compromise such petty issue. As we know that India is a developing country and our focus should be more on development. Being a superpower, we need to focus on defense and all that issue. And we cannot focus more or give much time to these petty issues like religion and implementation of Uniform Civil Code. I believe that Uniform Civil Code will act as a cohesive force and will unite the whole nation. As our team leader has stated, one nation, one law. That's my point, sir.
No, we are having one nation, one rule, but actually we are a diverse country too. And in that diversity, it is a higher choice of the people that what should be practiced and what should be taken in the privileged part, what shouldn't be taken in the privileged part. So in that notion, what is your comment?
Sir, to get something, you have to give something. So, to get overall development of the country, I think we can compromise at some point of time by restricting the religious freedom.
Okay, you want to restrict the religious freedom?
To some extent, as it is also mentioned in Article 25, which says religious freedom of conscience and freedom of practice, but it also attaches it
Some
attacks some
limitations-
clauses.
limitations
When
are
it
also
comes to
associated.
morality and public order. And right now, what we are seeing, there are in conflict for religious freedom, hijab and all that. If should it be implemented, should there be implementation of uniform civil code, these conflicts wouldn't have arisen.
Okay, it is also a very bold type of concept that your friend has stated. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I really appreciate the bold concept. Even directly he stated that, or even hinted, that those who are discriminating the country on the basis of religion, may be possible that it is the issue of hijab or something else, or maybe triple talaq. But actually the thing is very clear. One country, one rule. It is a demand of the nation, and because of that you can get the unity. And even that unity is the diversity only. So if you're not united, so how could we say that unity in diversity? Only diversity has been witnessed, not the unity. So it is an appreciable point. So who is the next one? Prashant. Yes, Prashant. What is your view, Prashant?
Jain sir.
Jain.
Sir, I am in the favor that we should implement uniform civil code.
Okay.
Sir, because sir, we are in 21st century and we always talk about women empowerment, strengthening the women, gender equality and all. But at the same time, we are following the personal law of different religions, which is like a hurdle in the path of strengthening the women, gender equality. So I think that we should go for uniform civil code, which will not only strengthen the women but also eradicate the patriarchal society of our nation. Second point I want to say that sir, India is a secular nation and it's our responsibility to strengthening the secularity between us. And this will be strengthened only when there will be one law, either it is personal law or it is a criminal law. Then only the brotherhood and fraternity between the different religions will be increased. But when the personal law is present in some religion, then definitely it is creating a feeling of communalism, which is not the good thing for our nation. And also in many cases, like Sahabano case, and many times Supreme Court stated even stated that it is not an easy task to make all the people in a single path. But legislation should definitely go for the uniform civil code. So I think we should respect that we should respect the suggestion of Supreme Court because it is the third pillar. It is one of the important pillar of the.
That's a correct statement that even the expectation from the judiciary is very high, and even the trust of the people for the judiciary is very high. In that respect, whatsoever the verdict come out from the gallery of jurisdiction, maybe High Court or Supreme Court, even it is hard to examine. So on which basis the verdict should come out? If it is going to be even bifurcated, even discriminated on the basis of caste, even tribes, even the verdict for which even they are considered the pillar of the constitution, it will be diminished. So that one nation, one constitution, and uniform civil code is the sound of the people. So please, sir. Anybody else?
So Mr. Ayush.
Ayush. Yes, Ayush.
Yes, sir.
Jain.
Sir, I want to say that
Please put out your mask and so that we can.
sir, I want to say that in our patriarchal society, many of people
So
suppress.
as you people say patriarchy, so why patriarchy is associated with that? Uniform civil code and patriarchy. So please correlate it and define it.
Yes, in patriarchal, people, men are suppressed by the women many times.
Men are suppressed by women. Patriarchy. No, women are suppressed by men in patriarchy.
Yes, sir. In cases of marriage, divorce and adoption, and many times, and that's why we should try to come into implementation of the uniform civil code. And we can see many of politicians used its religious based politics for our vote bank, and that if we will be informed, then they not get this type of opportunity for the divert of the mind of the people. And if we will be informed, then many of the youth, you can see in the present scenario which happened in Karnataka, many of people leave our education and come into protest, and they leave. Now the time of the examination, that's
Even at the sensitive time also, even they feel about their religion and not about their career. So it shows that actually this type of different rule for different people, actually it is not uniting the country, even it is a kind of separating the country. So that time has come. So, okay, next.
So Mr. Kanaya.
Kanaya, yes. Put out your mask and speak.
Then, sir,
Jane.
that as per my notion, Uniform Civil Code should be implemented right now because in many cases we have noticed women are suppressed more, and in the personal law, Muslim law, it is mentioned that woman cannot have freedom to divorce his husband, divorce her husband. So it. And if we implement this law, then it should be mitigate such chances. And sir, and my second point, sir, it should also mitigate the chances of vote bank politics, because many political parties use it as a weapons to win the election. And my last point is it should reduce the disparity in the society, because as we saw the freedom, the people of one religion saw the culture of the other religion, then they start tempting toward that religion, and they want to exhibit such
Yes.
kind of religion.
I really appreciate the feel of yours. Even the society is separated and differentiated in various caste, creed, and community. Even they are not considered the community of the country. Many of the politicians, even they considered the trump card to win the election, and so that even different policies are set up by the politician and political party. Even they are not doing anything else. Even it is just like a pipe dream for them. All politicians are same. They promises to make the bridges where there is no river. And actually, it is the real truth behind it. Otherwise, if they are the real representative of those people and community, even the condition of those community would have been better even after passing 75 years of free independent India. So that even they are just vote bank, they are just like trump card before the election only and nothing else. So it is a true notion that you have. Kiss it up. Anybody? Last candidate was going to speak up about his content, and actually please do not blame me for that. Whatsoever the performance you actually produce in the front of the leaders, actually he is only entitled to give the name of the candidates, and I can hear it. Yes, please, Shankar.
Jain sir.
Jain.
Sir, since the independence we are chasing a goal. India is chasing the goal to be counted in the country of being developed nation. And for being developed, we have to be separated from such kind of clashes. As we know that since the hijab case of since the independence, there are many kind of cases has been come over that different clashes has been happened within the different religions. Then definitely the judiciary is being engaged in that. And if the judiciary will be engaged in such kind of issues within the country itself, then definitely the overall performance of our nation in all over the world will be affected, and our target to be the global leader will be hampered because of that.